All right, time to look at the front yard. So these are daylilies. That's a daylily, and that's a daylily. And these are red hot pokers. So that's Nymphophia. And this red hot poker is actually called, it's a Nymphophia also. This is called pineapple popsicle. You can see they are tall. Then we have some butterfly milkweed. This is the native plant that monarch butterfly caterpillars can only feed from. And here we have a large grove of Coreopsis tick seed, which I'll show you when it's blooming in a minute. This is toothache plant. Have some little junipers here, and other little shrubs that are, it's too hot for them. My lamb's ear died. That lamb's ear died. That lamb's ear is doing fine. These are jazz hands. These are my native perennial blanket flowers. That's another Coreopsis. My delphinium, she couldn't withstand the heat. And we have a foxtail fern, some mullein, and look at my crepe myrtles. And back there, another Coreopsis. So I grew these plants from seed. Another mullein, and another daylily back there. Then here we have Russian sage, and that is the native bee balm, Monarda didyma, and another daylily. We have some Veronica right here. You probably can't see it because James cut the grass recently, and that's a Veronica, and that's Veronica also known as speedwell. And this is obedience plant, and if you can't tell, she's tall. Here we have a lantana, a Veronica speedwell, another speedwell, lantana, liriope, lantana, liriope, lantana, liriope, lantana. And this is the Coreopsis. So all those plants you see over there that don't have flowers on them, they will be blooming soon. These are native perennials, native to the eastern United States, and I grow these from seed myself. Now you see by the mailbox, let me see if I can zoom in. That is a salvia. No, that's the best I could do. Over here, I'm trying to move fast. Well, there's my other native bed with my Acer rubrum, my tree, and some hollyhocks, and my dusty melons that have begun blooming, going to flower. And we got some zinnias. Then we have Mexican sunflower. This is Tithonia. This is mullein. This is yarrow. Dusty miller. More blanket flower. I'm in love with this flower. And then we have a salvia Maynite. And this spiky flower is Amsomia, which is native to the eastern United States. It's also called blue star. Have another salvia here, also Maynite, and another blanket flower. As you see over here, more zinnias. Now look at this. This is a peppermint zinnia. Beautiful, right? Over here, more natives, except ignore that geranium. Got it from Kroger because I'm in love with flowers. But I have a whole bunch of geraniums I started myself from seed. Ginormous hollyhock. There's another hollyhock right there. This is my Shasta daisies that you see. They're done blooming. Over here, we have speedwell and daylilies in the pot. Foxglove, a knockout rose, bearded irises, another knockout rose. No, I'm sorry, this is the Frida Kahlo rose that I bought James last year. More foxglove, another knockout, more speedwell, and a daylily. And then, you know, what's happening back here. Then more hollyhocks. As you can see, the hollyhocks have died back and put on seed. And if you've never seen the seed from the hollyhocks, this is their seed. So the flower closes up, and does this. And each of these are the seeds. Yeah, we throw those back in there. You see? Hello, Mr. Bee. Hello. So hello, another bee. And another bee. And a fourth bee down there. Yeah. 4 bees working this plant so at the same time, which is quite incredible. These are also 2 different bees. You got 2 honey bees and 2 carpenter bees. More blanket flower down there. And this purple is the Veronica, the speedwell that I was talking about earlier. They come out like a candlestick like that. I have them in pink and purple. Like I said, the hollyhocks are slowly fizzling out. But see as many seeds they're going to put on? Every single one of these pods is filled with seeds. You see that? They're going to drop all those seeds. I'm going to have a grove of hollyhocks next season. And as you can see, my Shasta daisies are coming to the end. The reason I'm not messing with them is because of this. This is, we let this flower head dry. What do I have in my hand? Seeds. These are Shasta daisy seeds. We throw them back in there. And this plant has just reseeded itself for next year. So this one's not dry enough. This one's almost dry enough. This one still got some ways to go, but as you can see, you just rub the flower head and there's your seeds. And what you're looking at is the petals have fallen off. This part in the middle is your seeds. Let's go to the other side. Sorry, kind of skipping around. Here's the lantana and the liriope I was telling you about. We got black-eyed Susans. I started these from seed myself. Echinacea, which is coneflower, Echinacea purpurea. And these yellow flowers that is the Dusty Miller. Many people have never seen them flower because they don't let them go all the way to the end. They just treat them like an annual, and they're not. As you can see, hollyhock, well over 9 feet tall. It's starting to lean now. Still putting on a few flowers. But again, every one of these pods is a seed head, and as you see, now that they have opened up all the way on their own, they will begin to launch themselves. So they will throw these seeds. They will throw the seeds all over the place on their own. Now, let me show you some bugs. So these are seeds. We throw them back in there for next year. See these little brown dots here? Those are eggs. Yeah. Actually, looks like they've already hatched. They're moving around. Hey, Miss Susan. More Veronica. We have the mums there. Look at those bees. See those bees working these flowers? These are mums. These are the same little crazy looking mums that you get from the big box store in the fall. The people never take out the pots. They're perennials here. Take them out the pots, put them in the ground. They'll keep coming back year after year. So these are the mums, looking very beautiful. And the pink is Sweet William or Dianthus. This I bet you've never seen before. Now these are black-eyed Susans that you know, traditional black-eyed Susans. This is also black-eyed Susan. This is the Sahara mix black-eyed Susan. This is a weed. And as you see, Sahara mix is rather prolific. There's more buds down there. There's some growing right here. Again, more blanket flower back there, and a few elephant ears coming up. Have more Veronica. These are mums also. When I bought the mums, I bought them in multiple colors. Hello, Mr. B. Hello, sir. Well, hello, B. How do you be? Yes, it be what it be. You do what it do? Hello to you, Mr. V. Back here, this large bronze colored flower is stonecrop or sedum, and it is a succulent, and it is also a perennial. So pretty much everything growing up here, well, not everything, but not pretty much, everything growing up here is perennial. It'll keep coming back. If you've never seen this is called iron cross. Let me let you see that. That's an iron cross. What is that? It's a 4-leaf clover. Yes, I grow 4-leaf clovers. I planted them from seed. My Texas bluebells are dying back, about to drop seeds. These are geraniums that you know geraniums. They're truly called pelargoniums. They're not true geraniums. Geranium is something else altogether. It doesn't look nothing like this. Lamb's ear, and she's about to go out into the other bed. Look at these hostas. Look at that. That's a hosta, people. 2 other hostas over here. Look at this, the lime green with the dark margins and the dark green with the light margins. There's 3 in here. And the super light one with the dark margins. Over there we have some coleus and another pelargonium, aka geranium. So that's it. Oh, you left my drink. That's it for the front porch. That's what we got going on. Oh, just in case you wanted to know, this hosta is called Jack of Diamonds. Like I said, that was it. Thanks for joining me. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you all my trees on this side, because I've got 5 elderberries planted on this side, and guess what? They are making elderberries. And that is, why is my hair so crooked? They flowered, and now the elderberries are starting to produce on them. So soon, yay, we will have some very healthy elderberries, which we can make all sorts of stuff on. So I'm very happy about that. I'm thrilled about the way that the garden is looking in the front yard. And just in case you didn't know, there's plants everywhere. With the top of the steps at the bookcase. I propagated all these. This was a few cuttings for one plant. Now it's this. And we've also got, what's the name of that plant? Crow. So that's happening. And then finally, we step into the grow room. Dun, dun, dun. You can go blind in here. What's happening in here? We've got a very beautiful plant here. That's a new leaf. My pitcher plant, I actually cut off all the old pitchers, and she's growing all new pitchers. If you can see, here's a new pitcher here. Come on up. There's a new pitcher. There's a new pitcher. Down there, right here. Let's see if you can see this one. There's a new picture. Yeah, that's exciting. And see at the end of that? That's a picture. They grow at the ends on the tips like that. So also, that's a new picture. Over here we have our things we're growing for the fall. Oh, are you dry? You certainly are. This is, what's this? Collard greens and Swiss chard. Black-eyed Susans. Those are onions, more mullein. This is black-eyed Susans, and this is coneflower. This is Echinacea paradoxa. It is the only yellow coneflower. You might see some little green in there because these are about to germinate. That's Dianthus, the Sweet William that I planted from the seeds in my front yard. A bunch of perennials here growing. some stuff that didn't make it, I need to throw away. Under here, this is humidity dome. So here we have some things germinating. This is lacinato kale that you're seeing. That's pushing up through the soil. Back there in the pink, this is called echinops or blue globe thistle. And that is chives. So chives are pushing their way up too. And here, that has not yet come up, is rose campion or Lychnis corneria. The more common name, you may know it as royal catchfly. Okay. Hello plants. Hello plants. Hello plants. My begonia maculata. Hello. Here we have kale, collard greens, mustard greens, Godzilla broccoli, and mustard greens. Wait for these cabbages to come up. We've got bok choy, kohlrabi, broccoli, mustard greens, all of this. This is cabbages and bok choy. This is all Brussels sprouts and rutabagas, cabbages, and more onions. So we're getting ready for the fall, getting ready to plant some stuff, and this stuff will go out in September, like mid-September. So it's got a ways to grow in here, where you see multiple plants coming out of the same seed cell. Like this is purple kohlrabi. I planted, and this is bok choy. So I planted like 5 seeds in each hole, and then they all germinated. So where I planted, I sowed seeds for 64 mustard greens, 60 collard greens, and I put between 3 and 5 seeds in each of those, and they all came up. So my 60 collard greens that I sowed are actually somewhere between 180 and 300, because let's say 3 of them came up in every one, which at least 3 came up in every one. That's 180. I don't need that many. So once they get a little bit larger, I will separate them out, share them with other people who want to grow stuff, and then I'll continue growing on one in each cell. So I will take each cell out, break up. If it has 3 plants in it, I will share the other 2. And then, sorry, I'm looking out the window. I will share the other 2, and then continue growing only 1 per cell. So I will have the 60 that I need, and then the excess I can give to other gardeners who maybe there's something germinated, maybe somebody wants to start gardening for the first time, or they didn't start on time with their seeds. So that's where we are right now. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed our little brief what's happening outside and inside. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.